Oh no, William Mills has fallen over on the start line with a PB of 18 minutes and 40 seconds. Surely he cannot afford to lose these vital seconds if he's going to better that PB today. But he's W-Dub Mills, and he'll give it his best shot. Arise, Sir W. What a silly little boy, but he is up on his feet, quickly scampering along on the grass in second place at the moment, moving on to the most uneven surface in all of Parkrun, and a fleet of runners come through on his left-hand side. It's Pacer Day here at Eastbourne today, and there are sub-19 and sub-18 Pacers. The sub-18 Pacer currently behind W Mills. But there he is, that is Richard moving ahead of him. And there's the sub-19 Pacer, Ant flying on through. And it looks like Running Nerd tracking his every move. W Mills, he's going along at 3:35 per kilometre and does not want to be behind anyone. That is some suspiciously fast 3:48 per kilometre, but I'm sure he'll ease it back soon. And Will is not chilling here by any means. Look at that pace up the top left, 3:20 per kilometre as he gets on past Blue Top here. 1 minute into this park run and 400 metres in. Will is just a little bit behind that lead pack, easing his pace back to 3:45, 3:50 per kilometre, closer to his current PB speed, perhaps forming his own little W Mills second pack, with one eye on easing up to Ant in the next few hundred metres or so. As to break 18:40 and his PB, he's surely going to have to beat the sub-19 Pacer. Just before 600 metres, Manly Orange Vest comes through on Will's inside, but he is not interested with going with that pace at the moment, still holding around 3:45 per kilometre, which is pretty perfect really, although his heart rate going towards 173 this early for young W Mills is quite high for him. Unlike D Mills that gets into the 200s, I get towards 190. Will very rarely gets above 180, but he may have to go there today if he is to sustain this pace. And I think I see up there Manly just taking the lead, but Will is now very close to Ant, the sub-19 Pacer, and he's right in and amongst things at the business end of proceedings. It doesn't look like we've got any of the quick rascals out today. Ant and Richard, who would be them, are pacing 18 and 19 as Will approaches the bridge. He is only maybe 4 or 5 seconds behind Richard, who has now taken the lead as the sub-18 Pacer. Our first 1 kilometre checkpoint is approaching, with Will sitting in 9th position. And our 1 kilometre split is in. It's a 3:42, so that gains himself 2 seconds on his PB. And he's still being really sensible, not being right up with Ant and that pack just ahead. He doesn't need to go any quicker than 3:42 per kilometre. That average pace today would bring him home in 18 minutes and 30 seconds for a 10 seconds PB, which I'm sure he would grab with both his arms right now. And as he now moves into the heart of this 2nd kilometre, he's right up behind Ant now, who's putting in some lovely little 3:45s. Running Nerd is absolutely glued to his heels. Will deciding he doesn't need that drafting effect. He is fine by himself on the left-hand side of the pavement. Doesn't want any clipped heels and another tumble like at the start. 1 mile in and all is going to plan. Ant is now metronomically putting in 3:45 per kilometres. Perhaps a touch quick for sub-19 pacing, but there again, doesn't say how much below sub-19 you're going to go. But this is actually exactly what W Mills needs. It's like he's got his own personal pacer here, but Running Nerd is coming along for the ride. And you can hear there, he is working hard. The only thing that makes me slightly sad at the moment is that pack ahead is easing away from us. That chance of Parkrun glory or even a podium may be over. But it's okay, we came here for a PB today, and a PB we can still definitely get. Oh baby, that's the stuff injected into me, a 3:44, and we remain 2 seconds ahead of an 18:40 at 2K. Now, I'm hearing some conspiracy theories that I bribed Ant to go out at this pace, and I cannot confirm or deny it's with the lawyers. As we now approach the halfway point and the turnaround, the young lad in the vest ahead of us is falling off the pace of the leaders, and Running Nerd lets us through. Up into 8th place, and Ant is not content with just gaining 1 position. He's straight on through past the young lad, dragging Will with him, but the young lad is holding on for now. He sees sub-19 and thinks, no, hang on a minute. I'm doing a sub 19 today. Sod this. But I think Will has got the better of him now, as Ant does have a little look to the right to just check that Dub's still there. Turn around just up there. We're in 7th place. Let's check. I can count Richard in first there. Manley in 2nd. Coming up now, we've got 3rd, 4th, 5th. Ant's in 6th. Will is indeed in 7th. Round the turnaround in 1918. Double that. We've got an 1836 on our hands. Yes, fucking please. 2.8k in. Will's at 177 heart rate. For D-Mills lovers, I reckon that's 193, 194 equivalent. He's working very, very hard. Who the bloody hell is this? Back down to 8th position. This is totally unacceptable. And look at him flying through. Where the hell has he come from? Was he there the whole time right behind Will? I'm not sure. But he's a goner. I was about to say, I can still see the people up ahead. That podium sniff is, you know, it's there. It's a very light flame, but it may well have just been extinguished. But I absolutely love that Ant has definitely upped that pace a little bit. As he's come through, he's like, hang on a minute. Do you know who I am around here? I get dubs for fun. Have some respect. This is the W Mills party today. Be absolutely awful if he's gone too early, wouldn't it? But we have gone through 3k during all of that, and it's a 350. So 6 seconds off the pace. Ant looks round and says, come on, mate. He can sense him dropping the pace. And all of a sudden, we're 4 seconds behind at 3k of an 1840. Ant senses that danger, as every well-paid pacer should. The guy just ahead of us can't get away with this. 4 seconds isn't a lot of time, but we just hope, we just pray this isn't the start of a monumental blow-up. We're right here. We just need 1.8k of first-class torture upon yourself, W Mills. That's what every single person right now is hoping and praying for.
Cheers.
Will's still able to thank the volunteers. 178 heart rate, though. And that is the noise of a boy questioning whether he wants to go through this for the next 1.7k now. You can just tell he is struggling to stay with Ant now. I'm seeing 350 to 355 per kilometre occasionally. Ant looks round. Get your fucking ass up here with me, Dub, right now. I'm not killing half the field for you to blow up now. 4 flat per kilometre. No, no, no. Dig deep, you little shit. Like, subscribe, and hype for more nail-biting action. And continuing to give words of encouragement, but he needs a boot up his backside. He is finally starting to dig back towards 345 per kilometre. Let's keep at this W. And now we've stopped being a little bitch. We are coming back towards that little rascal that came through at about 2.8k. Can we wind this up for a big surge in that final kilometre? Unfortunately, his breathing does suggest this might be a fall over the line jobby. But he is a Mills. He just needs to prove he's not adopted. I am really, really liking that he was speeding up there. Yep, 345 before we've even started that final kilometre. That suggests there is something in there as we get closer and closer to that guy ahead. And I can still see that pack a little bit further ahead. It looks like we're not going out without a fight. And the 4th kilometre is in. It's another 350. Not ideal. 6 seconds lost. But it was looking a lot worse than that at one point. We are now 10 seconds behind at 4k, meaning we need to do roughly a 3:34 final kilometre to PB. Strap the fuck in. This could change your life. 800 metres to go. We're going over the bridge, going along at 340 per kilometre, starting to get close to that 334 goal pace that we need now. And now 330 per kilometre. This is exactly what the doctor ordered, and I see a lot of vulnerable runners ahead. Out into the sunshine. I want everyone I can currently see overtaken, including red and blue top. Approaching the final left-hand turn, 600 metres to go. Oh my goodness, he's moving on past and into 7th position and straight into 6th position. And look at the speed at the top left, 325 per kilometre already. Who does he think he is, D-Mills? Look how fast he's bearing down on those runners ahead. The podium is there. The podium is there for the taking. The podium could be ours. 320 per kilometre. Listen to how hard he's working. This is absolutely mainline. And he needed to kick early. He had a huge amount of ground to make up. He's still got 400 meters to get there. W Mills is burning. He's wishing it was over, but he needs this extra distance to get that lot ahead. Look at them. There's 4 of them. There's P2 up for grabs. It's only Richard the Pacer who is further ahead. He says he's fucked, but come on, W Mills. The pace is slow slightly. 3:35 per kilometre. Back to 3:30. I sense he just slightly eased up a little tiny bit just to make sure he can fully send this final 200 metres. Or he's gone too early and he's absolutely blown it. But he's still munching up that distance. Manley looks like he's toast. And he's starting to kick again. 3:05 per kilometre. Straight past Manley into 5th. Red Top has no chance of living with this. It's a demolition derby out there. 3 flat per kilometre. Surges into the 2s, but White Top and Blue Top ahead are no slouches. They are kicking hard as well. But the W Mills podium train cannot be stopped. 2:45 per kilometre. Parkrun's head. See you later, my friend. Can we get Blue Ultra? We're kicking so bloody hard. 2:45 per kilometre. But he's got an unbelievable kick in him too, Blue Ultra. Come on, Will, push hard. You can do it. He's not quite going to get with the time. I've forgotten the time. Look at the bloody time. 18:28. And 18:28 after a rip-roaring final 3:26 kilometre. He's left absolutely everything out there. Nabbing himself a podium and oh so close to P2. Little fist bump with him there. Parkrun 10 is almost dead after trying to go with Will for a podium at the end there.
Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, I think so, mate.
And there is Ant, our personal pacer, across the line.
Little PB there.
And potentially my favourite moment of the parkrun.
Thank you. I'm not the greatest pacer.
Don't be so harsh on yourself, Ant. You did it for the Crown fans. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back in a couple of days to see if D Mills can get 2 parkrun victories in back-to-back weeks. We'll see you then.